Hey there, everyone. It is Ryan with Frontline Animal Removal, and I am going to give you a tip of the day, a top tip, something that might actually help you solve some of your issues. And this tip may even help you solve issues unrelated to critters. So my tip is you will find solutions to your problems in the places you do not want to go. So let me give you a prime example of this. Today, I was called to a building because of bird noises through a vent. This is a commercial building. Commercial buildings are much different than residential. They have drop ceilings, complicated ventilation systems, multiple ductwork, furnaces, air handlers, sprinkler systems. There's all this concrete and steel. And these spaces create easy paths of travel for wildlife if they can breach the building. So the specific complaint was, in this particular room, we hear birds through the vents. Now, this isn't the first time this complaint has been made, but this is the time where I decided to go in the places that I did not want to go to figure this problem out. The first place I looked was in the room, and I looked at these vents. There were no signs of birds at the vents. I did not hear chirping. I did not see feathers. I did not see dirt. I did not see nesting materials. But with my very bright, powerful flashlight, I could look through the vent, and I could see into the drop ceiling space. I could see pipes. I see ductwork. I could see wiring, conduit, all the things that make the building work. And I imagined that a bird could get in there. But the sides of the building were sealed up nice and tight. No access points. So I hypothesized that the roof may give me a clue. So I had to go find somebody from the maintenance department with the special keys that opens the access to get up onto the roof. And that is what I did. I climbed up onto this roof, and I started looking around at all the utility features coming through the roof. Well, in the middle of this building, there's this concrete dome. It's big. It's like the size of a living room big. But around the bottom of it is only like a 10-inch wide gap, very narrow. So it kind of looks like it was like an inverted flying saucer sitting up there. But I shined my flashlight underneath the edge and laid down and looked under the edge. And I could hear fans running, and I could feel air currents. There was no screening, nothing to block things from getting underneath the edge of this dome. So what did I do? I went underneath of it. I did not want to go underneath of it. To squeeze underneath literally required me to squeeze through. And when you're squeezing through something very narrow like that, in the back of your mind, you have the fear that you could get stuck. And if I had gotten stuck, no one's going to be able to find me, so I had to make sure I had my phone with me so that I could call 911 for help if I got stuck. But I managed to squeeze through. And when I got underneath the dome, I discovered a pit, a round pit, and down inside the pit were all these air handlers moving air through the building. I crawled down into this pit through a little ladder that was attached to the wall. And as I'm looking around, I'm not seeing any bird activity, which was disappointing. But behind me, I found an access door. This access door was wide open, and it led to the drop ceiling. So I leaned over the edge of this door, and I lifted off the drop ceiling panel. And what did I see? I saw the floor right next to the room where the bird noises are happening. And that's when the light bulb went off. Gee, If a bird walks underneath the edge of this dome, flies down into this pit, and steps through this door where it's nice and warm, he can hop around on the ceiling and chirp away, and people will hear him coming through those vents. That solves the problem. We got to get this access door closed. So I tried to close the access door, but I could not. You can't close those things from outside because the latches are on the inside. I did not have a ladder to get me up to the access door through the drop ceiling today, so I had to go back to the maintenance guy and explain the whole situation to him. And he said, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that door. Yep, I'll get a ladder up there and get it fixed. Not a problem." So, what happened today? I went and explored a part of the building that nobody goes to and nobody investigates. And I went through a very tight opening that I did not want to go through into a dark area with a pit. But I got my solution to the problem. And I shared that solution with the person who's going to fix it. So that is the moral of the story. If you got a problem, you probably have to go where you don't want to go for your solution. Because you probably have been going to the places you want to go for the solution, and you're not getting your solution. So go where you don't want to go, and you will find your answers. Thank you.